They were the kings and queens of Hollywood, until they weren't. Mugshots, screaming headlines, canceled premieres. Each one a stark declaration that the industry was done with them. But here's the thing about a good story. The final chapter hadn't been written. We're talking about 5 stars, 5 spectacular falls from grace, and 5 jaw-dropping comebacks that remind us the loudest laugh is always the one that follows those crushing words. You'll never work again. Welcome back, story lovers. Today, we're peeling back the layers on 5 actors the tabloids practically buried alive. We're talking addiction, career-killing flops, public scandals you wouldn't wish on your worst enemy, you name it. Yet somehow, they each managed to rewrite the script on their own lives. There's no sugarcoating here, no magic pills, just raw grit, undeniable talent, and sometimes a little bit of perfect timing. Stick around to the very end, because number 5's twist still has studio execs shaking their heads in disbelief. Ready for some real-life redemption? Let's roll. Imagine being so incredibly gifted that at just 29, you've already embodied Charlie Chaplin on screen and snagged an Oscar nomination for it. Now, try to imagine being so utterly unreliable that insurance companies literally refuse to bond you for a film. That, believe it or not, was Robert Downey Jr. in the late 90s. His life became a public spectacle. Meth, cocaine, missed call times, jail time, court-ordered rehab.
Out of state prison. I'm going to incarcerate you in a way that's very unpleasant for you. I'm doing that because I believe if you understand that's where you're going, maybe it'll save your life.
Blacklisted him. Even his own agent, a man who'd seen it all, gently told him it might be time to find another dream. Then, something shifted. Cut to 2003. Exhausted, broke, and quite frankly sick of the circus his life had become, Downey decided the only way out was to stop feeding it. He made a profound commitment to a 12-step program, added a grueling 6 a.m. Wing Chun Kung Fu practice to his daily routine, and, this part was crucial, he swallowed his pride and asked friends to vouch for him on small, independent sets like The Singing Detective. Director Jon Favreau, a visionary in his own right, saw raw, undeniable charisma beneath the notorious mugshot notoriety. He took an enormous risk, gambling on Downey and the first dollar gross of an unproven Marvel property. Enter Iron Man. The suit didn't just fit, it became an extension of him. Downey notoriously improvised half the dialogue, transforming a B-list comic book hero into a pop culture platinum star. He pocketed a reported $75 million over the course of the franchise, and suddenly, the very same insurers who once laughed him out of their offices were practically tripping over themselves to back him. 2 Sherlock blockbusters, another Oscar nomination for Tropic Thunder, and a Best Picture contender in Oppenheimer later. RDJ isn't just back on the A-list, he's sitting firmly atop it. Only now, he's the guy studios call when they absolutely need a sure thing. His secret? I don't just stay sober, he famously told a reporter. I actively pursue being of service. Turns out, helping others keeps Tony Stark's ego grounded better than any arc reactor ever could. What a comeback. Before he became the baddest Jedi in the galaxy, the man who could make any expletive sound like poetry, Samuel L. Jackson was a Juilliard-trained stage actor. He could recite Shakespeare with the best of them, but behind the scenes, he just couldn't put down the pipe. Heroin, cocaine, alcohol. He used them all, desperately trying to bury crippling stage fright and the deep-seated grief of a fractured family. It was a dark road. In 1990, the inevitable happened. He overdosed, collapsing in his kitchen. He woke up to the terrifying sight of his 8-year-old daughter trying frantically to shake him awake. That horrifying image, etched into his memory, became his undeniable turning point. He checked into rehab the very next morning, and he hasn't touched a substance since. Clean, clear-headed, he finally refocused on the craft that had once simultaneously terrified and thrilled him. The legendary Spike Lee saw something special in him, casting him as the crack-addicted Gator in Jungle Fever, a role so raw and electric that the Cannes jury actually invented a special acting prize just for him. Just 3 years later, Quentin Tarantino handed him the iconic role of Jules Winfield in Pulp Fiction, and film dialogue, for better or worse, was never quite the same. Post-sobriety, Jackson didn't just work. He became Hollywood's hardest-working actor. His films have grossed north of $27 billion worldwide. He's delivered more swear-laden monologues than anyone can count, and he's earned the unofficial title of coolest man alive. He still begins each day with a 20-minute meditation, crediting that clarity for the incredible stamina required to shoot 4 films a year, well into his 70s. The lesson here? Sometimes hitting rock bottom isn't the end. It's the most direct route to the stars. Just ask Nick Fury. Jamie Lee Curtis owned the 80s. She was the original scream queen, the undisputed queen of horror, with a career that seemed untouchable. But behind those chiseled cheekbones and that confident smile, she hid a devastating secret. She was quietly, desperately addicted to prescription painkillers, initially prescribed after some minor cosmetic surgery. One pill quickly became 5, then 10. She raided medicine cabinets on location, convinced no one noticed her furtive behavior. Spoiler alert, people absolutely did. The truth finally came crashing down when her husband, actor Christopher Guest, bravely staged an intervention with their kids present. The ultimatum was stark: get help or risk losing her family. Terrified but finally cornered, she entered a 30-day program and began the arduous process of learning to sit with discomfort instead of frantically numbing it. Not only did she commit to her recovery, but she also went public with her struggles, writing candid children's books about recovery years before celebrity rehab confessions became fashionable. It was a massive gamble, but it paid off beautifully. Fans admired her profound honesty, and studios, seeing her renewed strength and versatility, doubled down on her. She went on to headline blockbusters like Freaky Friday and the hugely successful Halloween reboots. At the remarkable age of 62, she finally won her first Oscar for Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, a role that demanded an emotional range she insists her sobriety unlocked. Today, Curtis is a passionate advocate. She lectures at hospitals, imploring medical professionals to limit post-op refills, a direct result of her own painful experience. She signs every autograph with a powerful, simple message: sober is sexy. She often jokes that kicking opioids gave her a career high she never, ever found in a pill bottle. Her journey is a testament to turning pain into purpose. No child star fell further or more publicly than Lindsay Lohan. Mean Girls made her the undisputed teen queen of 2004, cementing her as a pop culture icon. But by 2007, mugshots had tragically replaced magazine covers. DUIS, multiple rehab stints, infamous missed set calls on films like Georgia Rule, and a critically panned thriller called I Know Who Killed Me turned her into late-night punchline fodder. Studios, wary of her reputation, swiftly labeled her uninsurable, and the once endless stream of offers dried up completely. Fed up with the relentless LA gossip machine and the toxic environment that surrounded her, Lindsay made a drastic but necessary move. She relocated to Dubai. There, she systematically cut ties with party enablers, hired a dialect coach to sharpen the acting skills that once felt effortless, and, crucially, she waited. She wisely turned down reality TV bait, biding her time for the right opportunity. Finally, she accepted Unexpectedly Yours, a charming, small-budget rom-com shooting in her beloved Greece. The film, released on Valentine's Day 2025, charmed critics with its old-school sparkle and earned a staggering $68 million on a $12 million budget. Netflix, recognizing her undeniable appeal, promptly signed her for a 3-picture deal, proving that audiences still absolutely love a redhead with impeccable comic timing. Lohan now calls Europe home, meditates daily, and runs a beach club in Mykonos that thoughtfully doubles as a sober retreat for artists. Her poignant advice to anyone feeling like they're in a free fall: change your zip code before you change your life. Sometimes geography is the first medicine. It's a powerful reminder that sometimes a physical fresh start is precisely what you need. Demi Lovato's first memory on a Barney set was being showered with praise for their singing voice. Years later, as a Disney Channel phenomenon, those same people applauded their weight loss. This insidious mixed message spiraled into a devastating struggle with bulimia, followed by cocaine use, and ultimately a terrifying 2018 overdose that stopped their heart for 3 agonizing minutes. Paramedics revived them with Narcan, but doctors warned that permanent brain damage was a very real possibility. Tabloids, ever eager for a sensational story, ran premature obituaries. It was a dark and somber moment. Lovato spent 2 harrowing weeks in the ICU, bravely relearning how to walk, then entered long-term treatment with a fierce determination to trade the impossible pursuit of perfection for raw, honest authenticity. They bravely scrapped the manufactured pop princess brand, releasing the intensely vulnerable ballad Sober, which laid bare their struggles. Beyond their music, they launched a mental health fund that has since raised over $15 million for underserved communities, turning personal pain into public good. Musically, they brilliantly fused rock with Latin influences, scoring a Grammy nod and a #1 iTunes debut in 2024. The comeback, as Lovato openly admits, hasn't been a linear path. They still struggle with the complex dance between moderation and abstinence. But what was once considered career suicide, public conversations about relapse, now sparks global headlines that genuinely save lives. Their latest tour thoughtfully donates $1 per ticket to crisis lines, and every single encore ends with their powerful, resonant mantra: "Your story isn't over." In a world that so readily wrote them off at just 25, Demi keeps turning pages, louder, prouder, and more authentically every time. Which of these incredible resurrections blew your mind the most? Drop the number 1 through 5 in the comments below. While you're there, do us a huge favor and smash that like button so YouTube knows you want more real-deal comeback stories. And hey, if recovery has touched your life in any way, please share your own story of strength. You never know whose hope may start with reading yours. Make sure to subscribe for weekly deep dives into the moments stars rewrite fate, and sometimes box office history. 5 careers, 5 devastating collapses, and 5 Phoenix-level ascensions. It's a powerful reminder that while raw talent might open Hollywood's notoriously fickle door, it's sheer resilience that truly keeps you in the room. Whether it's Downey suiting up for another take, Jackson quoting scripture before mowing down bad guys, Curtis wielding both award trophies and unwavering accountability, Lohan reclaiming rom-com glory, or Lovato belting out survival anthems that echo around the world, each of them proves an undeniable truth. The loudest laugh belongs to the one who absolutely refuses to quit. So, the next time someone tries to tell you it's over, remember these names, and remember that the only verdict that genuinely matters is the one you write yourself.